We're live.
We're back here in my house. Not her house, my house. Say something.
Something.
You are so darn funny. Come on. With all these comedians out of work, you just gave them a really bad name right there. Say something. Come on.
You said say something, so I said
I'm
something.
Amanda. This girl right here is
Emily.
Now you sound like a psycho. Emily.
Emily.
Here. Hey, if you're gonna do that, at least put some shades on so you can look the part. You know, Emily. I'm cool.
We can go in the light and well, Emily.
Now you sound like a douchebag.
Yes.
No. Give me that. You didn't do it right anyway. You got it right. Touch no. You know, there's a different voices too. Hey, how you doing? I'm singing a song.
Boo.
Boo. Who?
You.
Yeah, you just sound techno.
Yeah. You just sound techno.
Boo.
Boo.
Hi, how you doing? I'm going to a video and I hope you... You want me to eat it?
Yeah.
You're like, closer. In fact, you could hear it hit my teeth, you know that. I was like, now you made my teeth hurt.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Kiss it, make it better.
Oh, listen, I know we're besties, but that's a
like
little
that.
too far. That's a little too far.
Have you ever heard that? Your mom and dad say, kiss it, make it better?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. Yeah, you made my teeth hurt, so how you gonna kiss and make it better? You're like, ew! No.
So we've been recording for 2 minutes, and we have done nothing. What are you doing with that?
I'm keeping you away from me.
What do you think I'm going to... Oh, yeah, never mind.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about... Oh, yeah.
I kind of threatened you with a kiss.
I do that all the time with everybody I get mad at. And you're like, don't make me kiss you.
Don't make me kiss you. Love it.
Alright, let's watch the video of... What was it that you wanted to watch?
I wanted to watch these.
Oh, a man swimming with dolphins. You know, to tell you the truth, he's probably been having certain type of things sticking up sometimes, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, look, it's even showing it. It's even showing it right there, right there.
That's a sea slug.
No, I wasn't talking about the sea slug. He's going right between his legs. You don't see it?
He was putting it down.
He is putting it down, all right. Way down. See, between his legs. He was putting it down right between his legs. See. Just push play. Get this stupid show over with.
Wow.
Yes.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house. Your
Steve
mom,
says
your
you
dad,
got a
your
challenge
sister,
for
your
you.
brother's
Stay away
computer,
from
and install
yourself.
Honey. Wait, Mom, before you check out.
So I have never been mean to you about your show, and now you're being mean about mine.
Oh,
It's a
you
free
were
browser.
saying how Crow was so bad, you know, so boring, you know.
I wasn't saying it before.
Yes, you did.
That's amazing!
That I don't like it.
Sea turtle encounter. Here, high five. A turtle experience.
Wasn't even funnier than snapping his butt. I think he was a giant sausage. No, that's not what they eat. They eat, the giant,
One of the most important aspects of producing episodes for the Brave Wilderness channel is deciding what locations to explore. We choose these epic backdrops, not only based on their visual appearance, but also on the variety of animals that we may possibly encounter. The stunning visual backdrop of the Hawaiian Islands is one of the most incredible places we have ever filmed. And while the prehistoric-looking mountains and dense jungles were picture perfect, it was actually the ocean wildlife that we were interested in.
You're not paying.
Right now, we are on the coast of Hawaii, on a remote
I feel like a married
beach.
couple.
And I told you guys
You're
eventually
married.
we were going to go
Yourself.
beyond the tide. And today
And you're
is
stuck
our
there
first
forever.
day of
Hey.
snorkeling. So what we're going to do is put on our gear, get into this crystal clear water, and see what sort of animals we can get close to with our underwater cameras. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's gear up and head out into the tide.
Mahalo.
Below the surface of the
Yeah,
surrounding
Mahalo's in,
Pacific Ocean lives
Yeah,
an incredibly
Hawaii.
diverse world of plants and
Hawaii
animals,
for, like,
which made this location
Yeah.
an absolute must on this year's production schedule.
Look how pretty that blue
However,
water is.
before we could scuba dive below the surface, first we needed to scout
Exactly,
several
that's what I'm
locations to
saying.
determine where the
Well, it
best
is,
reefs
it's the mud
existed,
around here.
and also what kind of animals called these underwater refuges home. For decades, snorkeling has been a popular recreational activity, particularly in tropical resort locations. The appeal is that it gives the opportunity to observe underwater life in a natural setting. And for us, it was the perfect preparation for our upcoming scuba episodes.
That is a good place to do a mermaid show.
Yeah.
You can actually see the person.
Saw some
Yeah.
really cool stuff. I saw like a 4-foot long pipefish.
Really? You
Yeah.
got a shot of it?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. It's really hard to film down there.
Yeah,
huh?
that's a
Yeah, it's pretty neat though. It's like
No,
the
it's a
jungle of the
pipe
ocean.
fish,
You know, there's
that's
full of
what
walleye.
Oh,
and-
oh, looks like a sword.
Yeah,
That's
really
what
cool.
it's called, a sword.
Filming underwater is difficult, so we relied heavily on GoPro cameras to capture images. Mario, Mark,
Because there's different
and myself
kinds of pipe fishes
all
and
began
different
to
types of
explore the
pipes
crystal
because
clear
they're
water, investigating as best we
Swordfish
could
has a
with the
sword.
hopes of spotting animals we might be able to get close with, or even safely catch and bring to the surface to present in more detail.
That's a sponge fish.
No, it's a cucumber.
That's a cucumber.
Yeah, it's a cucumber.
Well, dice it up and put it in my salad.
No,
Let's call it cucumber. I eat cucumbers.
they're non-attacking animals.
Huge sea
All they do
cucumbers,
is eat
huge
and
sea
poop.
urchins. I saw some puffer
Well, so
fish.
does
That's pretty cool.
cucumbers. All they do is
I
eat.
think maybe we move spots. Trying to find a spot that I heard about that had sea turtles. What do you guys think about that?
That sounds awesome.
All right, let's head back into shore and switch locations.
All right.
The first location was beautiful, but unfortunately the biodiversity was a little sparse, so we decided to explore a second spot.
All right, guys, we made it to our next spot.
I wonder where they
Mario,
are.
you look pretty ready.
It looks like Hawaii.
See some deeper
That's what I was
pockets of
thinking.
blue out there, which means deeper water and even better places to explore. So if you guys are ready, let's gear up. Get into the water.
All right. Let's head back out, guys.
Let's gear up.
Let's do
Get in
it.
the water.
Our second snorkel location was immediately promising, for within a few moments of being beneath the surface, we came upon a green sea turtle. This
Oh, that's
reptile's diet
awesome.
varies based on age. As youngsters, they are opportunistic, feasting on almost anything that comes across their paths. However, once they reach adult size, like the ones seen here, their diet strictly becomes marine plants like seagrass and algae.
So they were omnivores.
For nearly
and
10
then they
minutes,
become
we
herbivores.
respectfully observed this giant marine
What is
turtle
an omnivore?
until a few
Was
strong
it
strokes of its front
vegetable
flippers propelled it forward.
Yeah, an omnivore is they eat both. A herbivore just eats vegetables, and a carnivore eats
Eats
just
only
meat. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. You were saying they become omnivores and then they become herbivores. What's the difference?
Because
Because they're still eating a variety of food, so they would
Well,
still
no.
be omnivores.
omnivore means you eat both meat and lettuce.
Yeah, but what happens if they find something they actually like let's say a sea sponge or a sea cucumber that you were talking about? Maybe they'll eat that, and it's still an animal they're eating. And also, there's one thing I've never understood. If you're not a carnivore, but what was the one that eats lettuce? And stuff? Herbivore. And you accidentally eat an insect. Does that still make you an herbivore, or does that make you an omnivore?
That makes you a carnivore because that's a living thing.
Yeah, but it's also he was eating a lettuce and accidentally ate the bug.
Well, that's an accident then.
It doesn't matter. He still ate the bug. That would make you an omnivore.
I don't think any animal has accidentally eaten a bug.
Dinosaurs. They ate a whole bunch of trees and stuff like that. And do you think they were sitting there just like, okay, make sure there's no bugs on this before I eat it?
They probably spat it out.
No, I don't think they could spit it out. I think they were just eating it. Because I've never seen any of them just go, I think I ate a bug. Poor bug. I mean, have you ever seen those long necks? They had this really big
talking
head
about
of
giraffe?
bug. No, not giraffe, even though a giraffe would be another example and stuff like that. How are they supposed to know that they just accidentally chewed onto a bug?
I don't think they pay attention.
Exactly. They probably ate bugs by accident, and they're still considered a vegetarian when actually they do eat bugs sometimes by accident. So that still makes them, both of them.
An omnivore.
Yeah, an omnivore.
Well, in this, it just said that they would eat anything when they're young, and then when they go older, they eat nothing but seaweed and stuff.
But still, they could still be an omnivore because you know how many things that's floating around in the water and stuff like that that's like microscopic, and they might be sucking them up by accident.
Yeah, still, but that's not what they primarily eat.
Like oysters, lobsters, stuff like that.
No.
Yeah, you know they're that big until they get old enough, and then they sink to the bottom, and then they get bigger because they are microscopic.
I don't think they'll go to the surface with lettuce.
They go to the surface with the lettuce.
Seaweed.
Well, they're still breathing. It could go through their oxygen nose.
Are you trying to argue with fact?
Yeah.
There's no winning with you.
Never.
Oh, is it paused? Is it muted?
I think you did mute it. No, you didn't mute it. It just doesn't like you. That's what it is. It heard us arguing. It was just like, I don't know what to say anymore. We're just going to make sure they're quiet.
Oh, hi!
Hey, guys!
Carnivores eat meat, herbivores eat plants, omnivores eat both.
Yeah, but don't you understand? They could be actually eating both when they're not actually eating both.
There's no arguing with her. She thinks she's always right. She's stubborn.
Like, if you're eating a meat eater, okay, a meat eater's eating a vegetarian and stuff like that, and they have lettuce in their stomach, don't they mean that they are actually eating both?
There's no arguing with her. It really isn't. She thinks she's right 100% of the time, so.
Well, it's true. There's vegetarian in their stomach when they...
I'm still not going to believe it. I'm stubborn, too. So.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hi, Zadie. This is my best friend.
Well, she says she's my best friend, but I just like her.
That hurts my feelings. That hurts my feelings.
Where do you keep it?
Where do I keep my feelings?
Yeah. So you put them in your boobs like you do with your phone? Alright, come on, let's go back to the movie. And we can actually get this thing to play. What's going on with this thing?
That's amazing! Our first sea turtle encounter. I got some epic shots. How about you? Oh yeah, man, I had you in the parade. That was so cool. Man, it didn't mind us being there at all.
I
just stayed safe distance. I mean, I was extended all the way out with my aquapod. Probably at least 10 feet
I don't want to smell your
I was able to get super close. That was epic. Dude, high five. Untitled Turtle experience. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
We're pretty far from shore.
Yeah, we are, man. We kept on. Let's head back that direction.
All right.
We're way out there.
Seeing a green sea turtle was magical, but strict protections prevented us from making contact with the animal, and it's certainly not one that we were allowed to catch and bring to the surface. So it was time to scout the next location.
I want you to think
confident we might see some of the animals we're going to be filming later this week.
And that's the goal of scouting this location, is determine what lives here, and then think about what we can actually bring up from the depths and get in front of the cameras. It isn't easy film.
See?
Yeah. But she still says she sometimes eats salad, rarely. So that makes her an omnivore.
I rarely eat salad. Rarely is the main thing.
Yeah, but
we are not going to argue about this, okay?
She says she eats meat, and guess what? If it's pork, you know porks eat both, right? They eat actually vegetarian and meat. So
they eat vegetarian, like human vegetarian. He said vegetarian.
Actually, they will. They will. Pigs do eat whatever they can. They'll even eat their owners, even if they're a vegetarian.
Well, yeah, like the omnivores. I've always heard that you can get rid of dead bodies by giving it to boars or something, because they'll eat anything.
Yeah, hogs.
Yeah.
But then you're eating cows. Now, cows mostly graze in grassy areas and stuff like that. And so wouldn't that be in their stomach when you're eating them? So you're practically eating a salad already. And then there's sheep. Sheep graze in the grass too, you know, and you eat sheep, don't you? So you're practically eating that.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Chicken, on the other hand, you're practically eating seeds all the time. If you eat chicken, because they eat seeds.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
Not gonna argue. No.
I gave up.
Stop in the name.
Oh my God! I hate you. I'm so sorry. You hate me? No, I hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm so sorry.
You're like bam, and I was just like, oh. Okay, let's get back to the movie.
Ow! Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Don't you hit me. Don't you hit me.
Get back to the movie. Just your pick first, anyways.
Underwater. Yeah, well, and when you're diving, when you're at depth, your maneuverability is really limited because, you know, you're weighted down, you've got the tank, you've got all the gear, you've got a really limited amount of time because you only have so much air. When we're snorkeling, we can cruise the surface super fast, cover a much wider net of area, you know, really just see where the animals are hanging out, because that's the whole idea of this, is to figure out where to target. So today we're going to be taking a lot of mental notes, and then we get back to the truck taking physical notes on where we're going to dive here in a couple days.
Mario, you ready?
Done.
All right, guys, I'm getting my mask on. We're heading out there.
Here comes Ed.
Me, Editor X. The world's
How
most
about you meet my ass?
Ooh, you can't put that on YouTube. Okay, where's my paddle?
No.
Wham!
No.
Wham!
No.
Wham!
Hit me with the freaking. Don't hit me with it.
You can't have my fishnet.
You're hitting me with it. Don't.
I'm not. Oh crap.
You better run. I got the fish net.
Don't make me smoke you out. Oh no. I got a better idea.
Oh God.
Oh, this doesn't even work. I was gonna light you up.
Set me on fire?
No, light you up. Because look, it's a necklace of lights. I was gonna light you up.
You got that from Dollar Tree, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Do it. I work at Dollar Tree.
You really want to tell everybody that? We saw you on YouTube! Boston's like, will you stop socializing, Emily?
This person probably, I haven't live streamed in quite a while. Are you, subscribed to my YouTube channel? Because later on, today or tomorrow, I'm going to upload,
I see your high knees so bright and shiny.
Seems like you two are having fun.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah. You're supposed to say no now. You missed her cue.
Yeah, she's a barrel full of laughs. So am I. When we're together.
Barrel full of monkeys.
Laughs.
Monkeys.
Laughs.
Monkeys.
Laughs.
Monkeys.
Laughs. I don't know what that was.
Oh no, I gotta pull out my bookie.
Everyone, I saw you on YouTube. Look, I'm telling everyone I saw you on YouTube.
Yeah, we are. Actually, what would we call ourselves? Nuttier than a fruitcake? Crazy. What do you expect? That's a fish net. What do you think we catch with fish nets? It's not fresh onions, by the way. They catch fish with a fish net.
It smells fishy.
That's what he said.
I'm telling everyone I saw you on YouTube.
Tell your friends. Have a party with us.
Please, let's do this.
Okay, that's just creepy. Don't do that. Oh, God. I'm getting away from her.
I will whack you with this candle. Oh, that's a little candle.
Don't make me lotion you. She puts a lotion on his skin.
Or else he gets the hose again.
Only he would say something like that, by the way. You know that, right?
Oh, from that movie?
Yeah, if there was a girl who said that, then we should have just like, no.
Sea monkey? Is that why she's monkeying around?
Well, we was watching the sea, wasn't we? But I'm more of a tortoise.
Tortoise?
Yeah.
Why?
I got a tough shell.
Oh, I thought it was because you're slow.
That too.
I don't know what kind of fish I am.
I know what kind of fish you are.
Am I fishy?
Very fishy.
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of fish?
I would say tiger shark.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm more
Well,
of
you know, a tiger shark is actually a very friendly creature. It does eat fish, but it's actually a very friendly creature. And they live in the deepest part of the oceans.
I would think I'm more of a sea cucumber.
Yeah, well, I was more like a blowfish.
Sorry. No, don't get the net out.
No, I'm gonna give you the booger pin.
No, God, she put that up her nose. It's nuttier than a squirrel turd.
Oh, cool! A squirrel turd. I make flowers grow.
You will have to excuse her.
What? It does make flowers grow. And I
Well,
do have a garden in the back.
It's manure.
Oh, no. Good manure, too. Okay, watch your show. I'm gonna come over here.
I want to ask, Toshiba, listen here.
Toshiba?
Yeah. Are you subscribed to me or her? Cause it's gonna be on her channel first if you want to subscribe.
And she did say she saw us on YouTube, so I'm guessing she subscribed to me. She don't like you. Haha.
I saw you on YouTube.
He said you on YouTube.
Me.
You.
Me.
You.
Me.
You.
Me.
You.
Me.
You.
Me.
And I'm sitting there saying her, and she's sitting there saying it was me.
You made it seem like you know
The same
what?
thing when you were sitting there talking about my father. I'm like, yeah, my father. And you're like, no, my father. I said, no, it's my father. I know.
Ooh. Oh, she makes ornaments, by the way. I'm trying to get her to sell some. They're very pretty.
No,
And
those aren't done.
They're not done, apparently. But I think they're beautiful. The way they
Now
are.
let's go watch the show.
Well, I want to ask if... Well, I want to...
If you ask her too many questions, you're just going to annoy her and stuff like that. Everybody else on YouTube will be just like, what in the world are they talking about?
Listen, if you are subscribed to me, let me know in the comments. And if you're not subscribed to her, I will put her YouTube in the messages.
Oh, I'll fly like an eagle. What? I like to tell you something funny.
Oh, I have 11% on my cell phone.
That's better than 4%.
True that.
And way better than 0.
Mm.
Yeah, because then it'll be off. It'll be deader than dead. You would have to bury it. No energy! Okay, come on, watch the show.
Fine. What was it?
We've got a decent-sized crab down here in this little rock pool. There's
thing. You
actually
gonna smell that one
a
too?
little blenny next to it as well, which is a small little
that's a
fish
bigger
that
video.
oftentimes sit on the edges.
Yeah, catching an octopus. See, you were laughing too hard and it went to the next one. How dare you?
That was amazing! Our first...
That's what.
The toughest part about snorkeling is holding your breath. And at best, I was able to hold my breath for
Put
around
her
a
in the
minute
messages.
before I needed to return to the surface.
Okay. Okay, so... I don't know why I said
That's what
it.
he said.
Nah.
Yeah.
Copyright claim?
Oh, it might be because of the Happy Tree Friends.
As a result, it has been blocked worldwide.
Yeah. I guess we can't watch Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah, I guess it's too popular.
Yeah.
I forgot that we're still streaming.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so I'm trying.
Intently. Very intently.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to. This is her YouTube channel. Copy. See, she doesn't know about
No, she's the smart one. I'm just the beautiful one.
I thought it was the other way around.
No, then that would be I'm the dumb one. You're the smart, beautiful one. I have to be something. You want me to be the dumb one? Make me feel bad. Oh wait, I already did that.
Well, this is her YouTube. Capital A,
Capital B.
A, capital K, capital B, and then loves.
Yeah, because I love everything. I love having fun, I love going crazy, and I love doing things stupid. I just won't jump off a building unless I have a parachute on.
You know what? I might have to not do that. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Jump off the building.
For a much-needed gasp of air.
What'd you see? Huge sea urchin! Oh my
Sea
gosh!
urchins!
Biggest sea urchin I've ever seen!
Do you know those are
Oh man, that is not the kind of urchin you
Well,
want to
there's
run
different
into,
kinds,
that's
but
for
yeah,
sure.
that one
I
definitely.
think I got a pretty good
poisonous.
shot of it. It's deep down at least 25 feet, I'd say.
Just as bad
On my
as that
next
one
trek
down.
beneath the surface,
You know, it might
I
not
found
even be
one
able to
completely
this
safe
one,
animal
right?
that I decided to bring to the surface.
Why?
Because it's
Red
not the
slate
popular
pencil
too.
urchin.
Wow.
I know, they like to make things so
Cool looking. Well, as you can see, all these little appendages are what allow it to lock into the rocks. And this one was on a flat surface like this without these little arms extended out into the crevice.
They are really stuck to those rocks.
They really are, like extreme anchor points. It's interesting because this one doesn't seem to have tube feet like some of the others, but maybe behind all those little arms sticking off, they do. Good thing is it's not spiky, so this one doesn't appear to be venomous or poisonous. Totally safe, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Not gonna hurt you at all.
Have that, so
That's awesome. So much biodiversity down here.
I wish.
Yeah, well, lots of clouds rolling in here. We're actually getting dragged pretty close to these rocks, so I think this place is back down beneath the surface.
Nope.
We're getting towards shore. You guys ready?
Yep.
This species is incredibly plentiful in the coastal waters of the Hawaiian Islands, and they get the name pencil urchin because of their radial spines that resemble red pencils.
I'd rather them eat them.
For nearly an hour, we explored the reef and saw more animals than we could have ever imagined. The biodiversity was incredible. We knew this would be the perfect place to set our scuba diving episodes.
Yes, you know what they used to call urchins a long time ago?
Man, talk about an epic
Poor
location.
boys
There were
that
so
no
many
money to call
marine
urchins.
animals out there. When they said it was biodiverse,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
they hit the nail on the head.
So
How
when
about
he
those
said I
turtles?
want to taste an
Dude, the
urchin,
sea
I was
turtles
just
were amazing. I
laughing
got
my
better
butt
shots of
off.
sea turtles today than I've ever gotten with snapping turtles before. And I think it almost warrants us doing a sea turtle episode.
I think not only do we need to do a sea turtle episode, I need to get back out there with our tanks because every time we did one of those deep dives, the place just opened up with new creatures. There was sea urchins, there was all kinds of cool fish, and we know down there are eels and octopus, and you gotta have the tanks to see those creatures.
Yeah, well, stay tuned, guys, because our first scuba diving adventure is coming up here real soon. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next location. Woo!
Woo!
Hey, Coyote Pack. Have you picked up your tickets?
He has tours, he has books, he
I
has...
would never go with him,
I would.
Also because he's picking up weird.
I love the ocean.
Alright, you got one more and then it's my turn.
And 2 more videos for you.
That's super overpriced, but whatever. Can you just buy it? We've been shopping all day. My eyes hurt. Wait. There's gotta be a coupon code.
What do you got? No, it's not a seahorse. No, I got a seahorse. Oh, did you really? Yeah. Are you kidding me? No.
Oh, did you know the male seahorses actually hold the babies?
Yeah. And then they give birth.
I didn't know they give birth. I thought you just put them in their belly.
Oh no, they'll have to give birth.
It always reminds me of that one science fiction show I watched a long time ago.
As the morning sun rose, it cast a golden glow over the rolling dunes. Waves crashed upon the sandy shores, and as they receded one set at a time, the water levels dropped, signaling the arrival of low tide. I could sense adventure in the air, and as I worked my way down the shoreline, I looked out across the Atlantic Ocean and envisioned the challenge set before me.
Just show the Chinese channel.
This is beautiful. Look at this. You got pelicans right.
We are Siamese if you won't please. You can put some on. Do all Capricorns? Do all Capricorns? Capricorns.
Capital.
The capital of Virginia is Torquenese. Did you know that North Carolina and Virginia actually have similar conversations? Our state flower is the same as Virginia. Our state bird is the same as Virginia. Have you ever heard of the blue ostrich? Never heard of a blue ostrich until I found out. Emily, I am your father.
Really? Because you look like you have a vagina and boobs.
Hey, I could be a transvestite. You know, there's actually people who do that. They do actually have all the materials. They're actually guy though.
Yeah. And there's top surgery, there's bottom surgery, there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I know. There was actually a guy I saw online. He actually looked like a Ken doll. In fact, I actually wanted to see him naked one time just to see if he's actually comically correct to a Ken doll.
Well, he's actually a girl now.
No surprise me. You know, I think he'd probably be the last man on Earth. The one that's off of Doctor Who, stretched out looking like a trampoline. I've had so many nips and tucks on me. Fabulous now. Boing, 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 boing.
Are you talking about his penis?
Huh?
You talking about his penis?
No, I was talking about Doctor Who. The last person on Earth was a boy, and he looked like a trampoline.
Oh.
Bo, snow, cone, show. Oh, she said something?
She just subscribed.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah.
Ask her about my animals. Does she like my animals? They're so cute.
She asked if you liked her animals on her YouTube.
I got doggies, kitties, catty, booties. Okay, now play the video. Sitting on top of the bell. Okay.
Back here. Today we're at the Key Biscayne Nature Center, and we're going to do something a little bit different. To catch creatures today, I'm actually going to bring the crew out there with me. You guys are going to actually put down the main cameras, pick up GoPros and nets. There's a lot of water to cover, and the more nets we have in the water, the better chance we have of finding some creatures. Today's expedition beyond the tide is a little different, as we will be working in conjunction with the Biscayne Nature Center. Located on the northern end of Crandon Park, this multifunctional center is a not-for-profit organization dedicated to environmental education and citizen participation in the protection of our natural environment.
Because the animals can't be put out back in the wild.
Using dip nets, our aim was to catch native species and present them in a controlled setting before releasing them back into the wild.
Its wing was broken, so it couldn't go back.
We were told that there were many creatures we could come across, but nothing was more coveted than the elusive seahorse. So with nets in the water, the search was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't been able to figure out how to mix like the genome of a iguana or something like that into
Look at that little lobster. Oh my gosh.
A little lobster.
Oh yeah.
I would love to just be in that water.
I got a shrimp. What'd you catch, Coyote? Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be afraid of
Oh, it's a little cowfish. That's cool. Yeah, put them in the bucket.
Come on, seahorse.
I got a pipefish.
No way!
Oh, he was reaching right through.
Look at that. Oh, man. That's awesome.
We're one step closer to a seahorse.
Dude, great find.
Family. Yeah.
That was awesome. Look at all those fish.
Nice.
Doing great.
They're gonna put it back.
They better put it back.
They will. They're just showing them. They're telling facts about it. Yeah. They're gonna put them back. They don't.
There's missing. The seahorse.
Oh, cool. Did you see that line? It looks like it's a leaf.
Yeah. You got competition, man.
That's why we show.
Yeah. I don't like him though.
That's a lot harder than I thought. I thought we would catch lots of seahorses. We have gone
Big phone.
quite a ways, covering some serious ground, finding all sorts of cool creatures. We've got pipefish, pufferfish.
Yeah, they were sitting there talking about on my megaphone.
It's not a megaphone. It's a mini-phone, as they put it. So, yeah.
I actually got this at McDonald's a long time ago. They were thinking, why was a grown woman buying a child's toy?
So when did you buy that again?
Yeah, I got the chicken nuggets.
Ah.
I like the chicken nuggets. But they were only 4 of them, so they didn't fill me up, so I had to order some more food. I had to eat me a whole tray of it. Okay, like...
Filefish, all fish. We need the seahorse, which is also technically a fish. And a horse, I guess at the same time. Alright, keep searching.
I do.
As long as not the
What do you got?
No, it's not a seahorse.
No, I got a seahorse.
Oh, did you really? Are you kidding me?
Pretty much.
No way. Oh man, look at that. That is our star animal.
He got it.
I got a seahorse.
Yeah, because that's what they were looking for.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
That's a wrap, folks. Well, I would say it's a success.
That's the star
We have
animal.
two
That means
buckets
they're looking
full of
for
little
it.
sea creatures. The most important thing,
You are unbelievable.
yeah.
Oh, that's unbelievable. He just said it was a star. And what's a
Star
star?
animal.
It is not a star, though.
Well,
It's
he
a
already said it. You can't do anything about it.
I know, he messed up.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He called it a star when it's a seahorse.
I want
It
you
should
to
have
back.
been like it should have been a main character, like the main animal they were looking for.
he
Not
can-
a star animal, because it wasn't a star. It was a seahorse.
He can say things however he wants.
So he can actually call something a different name when it's not actually named that.
The star, meaning the main person.
Yeah, just like they can call you Sally instead of Emily.
Yeah, sure.
You just want to date him. That's what it is. You just want to date him.
No, I'm just saying.
What's taking so long? I thought you knew this place.
I love commercials. It's so inspiring, entertaining.
Oh, there's all the fishing.
Look at all of these sea creatures.
We did really well.
We did
Actually,
amazing, considering the fact
Stop
that we were
ruining
only
this for
out
me.
there in the seagrass for about an hour. look at all of these creatures. Okay, now we're not going to go into detail about all of these animals, but I at least wanted to take a look and get them up close for the camera for just a second, and then we're going to get on to our star feature creature. Okay, now these are trunkfish or cowfish, but because they're so little, these are babies, they're actually adorably referred to as peafish. I mean, that is about the cutest little fish I've ever seen. I'm going to turn him like this. Look at his little face.
Look at his little beak.
He's got that little trunk up front.
Why can't you just let it be adorable?
Those big buggy eyes.
It is adorable, but
and obviously it's that green coloration that gives them the name Pipefish. I know, you want to get back into the water. Here we go. Plop. There you go. Now those are filefish. Check that out. They're very flat, which I imagine that's where they get their name from, filefish. And they have a really distinct horn on top of their heads. Give me your little fishy.
You call it a
filefish. And they
filefish.
What's a filefish?
That.
File like your nails?
No, that's a filefish because the thing on their head.
Then I would call it a hornfish because it has a horn on its head. It's not.
Well, you can't change that. You can't change that.
Well, I know you can't change it, but he didn't even say what their scientific name is. One that's world renowned. You know, every animal has actually a scientific name.
Yeah. Well, most of the time people watch this, they're kids. So
you're a kid?
You better. A really distinct horn on top of their heads. Give me your little fishy. Whoa, jump right out of it. Can you zoom in on the top of his head there? You see that? Let me try to look at. Oh.
You better be careful.
There you go. You see that?
Yeah.
Keep your focus there. There you go. Now you can see it.
I wonder if you could stick yourself with that. Right?
Oh, I feel he wants to get back in the water. There you go.
Well, duh, it's a fish.
Popped him right back in there. Now we have
Why
to
are you
keep
ruining
all of
this for
these
me?
sea creatures in water. You'll notice that each and every one of them is in fresh seawater. And in case you're wondering, yes, they all will be released back out into the wild once we take a close look. Okay, should we keep it with fish?
Yeah, let's stick with fish.
Okay, which one do you guys want to look at next?
How about that spiky one over there?
Oh, yes, the porcupine pufferfish. Now, when we caught him, he was deflated. And as soon as they get agitated, they puff up their bodies. They're incredibly sharp. Let me get him out of here. He's going to stay puffed up until we release him back out into the ocean. And he's a lot heavier than you would think. So just keeping him in the palm of my hand, my fingers are all wrinkly. You see this from being in the ocean water all day, and that makes my fingers much more susceptible to those spines. He feels like a little pincushion, non-venomous, but go ahead, Mark, put your hand out there. I'm going to actually place it. Put your hand flat.
Okay.
And tell everybody he's actually heavy, isn't he?
Oh, spiky.
Yep.
Yeah, it weighs.
Spiky, really?
So I'm guessing that's not just air.
No, that's not just air. He's got water inside of his body.
He's sucking up water.
Oh, you hear him squeaking? Oh, he's squeaking. Now, when it's deflated, it looks like a normal fish. And the coolest defense about these creatures is that obviously they're capable of puffing up into a spiky ball. They have actually found sharks before that have died from eating one of these fish. They get it into their mouth and then it puffs up like a balloon, and you can imagine how painful that would be to have a throat full of spikes. And while your camera's down there, Mark, you see this other fish that we have? That is a scorpion fish.
Ooh, sounds bad.
Yeah, they have spines on their back pectoral fins. I'm not going to pick it up because if I do, I will be stung, and it's incredibly painful.
So is a scorpion fish at all like an anglerfish? I notice it has an appendage on the front of its mouth.
No, anglerfishes use those appendages off the front of their faces to lure in prey. These appendages growing off the scorpion fish are more used for camouflage. They are ocean floor dwelling fish, and it's more like a goby in the way that it will move across the bottom, and that's how people oftentimes run across these fish if they're on the bottom of the ocean floor and you're barefoot, you're walking, you step on this, yeah, you're going to be in some serious pain. You know who we forgot?
What you do is you actually stick your foot in the ground and you don't lift them up.
He's hiding by scorpion fish for protection.
That way they know you're coming and they'll come off out of the water and get away from you.
Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, check this out. That's a little pufferfish. Watch if I just kind of tickle his belly.
Yeah, something about pufferfish.
Look at that.
Is that air or water?
That is air.
That is air.
That is air that he just, that little chirping noise is him sucking in the air.
Me and my husband, we actually caught some of those and we did that.
Let's see what else we have. Let's move on from fish. What else do we have besides fish?
Let's look at some of the crustaceans. Now, I caught this one. This is just a little tiny baby, but that
is a spider crab. That is a little tiny baby spider crab.
Yeah, it's very
Why is
tiny.
it called a spider crab?
Like
Because of its legs. They look like a spider when they're walking.
Do those stay small or do they grow?
No, these grow.
Actually,
They
spider crab,
can grow
those
to
things
be
have long-
pretty
Yeah,
large, actually.
they are
big.
huge.
No way.
Huge crabs, yeah.
But those wouldn't be out here in the...
No, they're out deep. They're out deep. As they get larger, they move deeper out into the ocean. It is a deep sea crab species.
You know, I was trying to get my dog to get him followers.
Yeah,
but she
well,
was
it
smart
provides a
enough
lot
to
of
stay away from
camouflage,
the
a lot of cover, a lot of places to hide for a lot of these smaller creatures. And once they do grow larger, they head out into deeper waters, specifically something like this. Check it out. Right here. Whoa, come here. Come here.
They're like,
What is that?
Come here.
A little baby spiny lobster. See that? Look how
Oh my
tiny
gosh.
he is.
Look how teeny he is.
The smallest lobster you've ever seen. We're gonna just put him back and let's look at a larger one. Now this is one that we actually borrowed from the Nature Center. Now that is a much larger spiny lobster, and they get that name because you can see all the spines on the antenna, and then of course these two enormous spines right above the eyes there. And running along the back. Ooh, yeah, that is also very, very sharp. But the good news for me is that this lobster species does not have any pinchers. All right.
Fill me up with your antennas.
One more thing on the table until we get to the grand finale.
Yes, the grand finale creature. Okay. These are related to our star creature. These are
Still not a
pipefish.
star creature.
Look at its face. Very
I love
elongated,
this
and that
raw.
snout is like a little vacuum cleaner.
it is
And
a
that's how they
star.
catch their prey. They suck
It's not a
the prey
star,
up
no,
through that
it
mouth. They have
is a
a
seahorse.
fixed jaw, so they don't actually have teeth.
That's not
they
a
can't
seahorse.
chew.
I know
They
that's not
actually
a
don't
seahorse.
have
They're talking about-
stomachs
they're
either.
talking about the
As
star
the
creature.
food works through their mouth,
not
it
star.
just
You
disintegrates
are
in their
so
body,
stubborn.
and then
Yes, I
they poop it
am.
out.
That one looks even more like a seahorse.
And you love me that way, so good.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I love you
Look
regardless.
at that face.
No, that's not the reason why.
You may be wondering to yourself, well, do they have gills?
No, I love you because we have a
goldfish,
lot
they
in
have
common
gills.
and you're pretty
They
cool.
do have a skeleton, and then this hard exoskeleton on the outside is what keeps them rigid and
This
also
is like if
protects
I
them.
could have saying I'm a sweetheart, you know, I got you fooled.
You have
Okay,
no
you guys are ready. I
idea.
know you've all been anticipating the reveal of
When
that
Dad comes
little
pick me up, I
tiny
wanna give me a
seahorse that I caught out there
hamburger.
in the seagrass. Now, they tell me
Okay,
they only
did you
catch
just
about
say
3
a
seahorses a week, so
hamburger?
I'd say we were pretty
A
lucky to be out there for an
hamburger.
hour
A
and
hamburger.
actually come
Yeah.
across
You know why
one of
it's
these
called a
amazing
hamburger when
little
it's made out of
creatures.
when it's
Look
made
at
out of
that.
beef?
It's tiny,
Did you
right?
make it by hand?
This is one of the slowest
Yeah, but they
fish
don't make it
species
by
in the
hand
world.
anymore.
Actually,
They
the
make it
slowest
processed.
is the
Oh,
dwarf
hamburger.
seahorse. Now, let's look at this creature's head.
H-A-M.
Notice that long tube-like snout.
Ham
Just
I am? Green eggs and ham? That's good.
But I think they named it hamburger because they used to use ham instead of ground beef.
Well, that's the same thing with eel sauce. It used to be made out of eel, and that was processed.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder how they did that. Did they like
Squeeze.
squeeze the eel until all the sauce came out, and then they like cooked it for a while, like you do with tomatoes? Did you know tomatoes are actually pink before you
You
cook
told
it?
me this yesterday.
I was sitting there just like, oh my god, it looks like syrup or juice or something. Okay, let's see if anybody wants to say something. Hey, silly L-O. L-O. What was that? L-O.
LOL?
Oh, that's it.
Laugh out loud.
Well, I know what LOL means. I just
You
can't say
could
it.
have said it.
Yeah, well, I had a hard time saying things. You know me. I get tongue-tied. Now, finish watching your Pipefish.
And of course,
started
these
those
two
because
enormous
you were
spines
talking.
right
I
above
know.
the eyes there. And running along the back. Ooh, yeah, that is also very, very sharp. But the good news for me is that this lobster species does not have any pinchers. All right.
I think there's
Water all over the
only
place.
one more thing on the table until we get to the grand finale.
Yes, the grand finale creature. Okay. These are related to our star creature. These are pipefish. Look at its face. Very elongated, and that snout is like a little vacuum cleaner, and that's how they catch their prey. They suck the prey up through that mouth. They have a fixed jaw, so they don't actually have teeth. They can't chew. They actually don't have stomachs either. As the food works through their mouth, it just disintegrates in their body, and then they poop it out.
That one looks even more like a seahorse. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Look at that face.
You may be wondering to yourself, well, do they have gills? Yes, like all fish, they have gills. They do have a skeleton, and then this hard exoskeleton on the outside is what keeps them rigid and also protects them.
Very neat.
Put it back down. Okay, if you guys are ready, I know you've all been anticipating the reveal of that little tiny seahorse that I caught out there in the seagrass. Now, they tell me they only catch about 3 seahorse a week, so I'd say we were pretty lucky to be out there for an hour and actually come across one of these amazing little creatures. Look at that. It's tiny, right? This is one of the slowest fish species in the world. Actually, the slowest is the dwarf seahorse. Now, let's look at this creature's head.
Yeah, but
notice that long tube-like snout. Just like the pipefish, they do not have teeth. That snout works like a vacuum cleaner, so they'll hunt around in crevices of rocks, searching for little tiny shrimp, and then they suck the shrimp in and have a meal. What's really cool is that I can see its little pectoral fins fluttering very quickly, and they use that dorsal fin on their back as locomotion. Wow, look at that, just swimming around. I wonder if you can see his own reflection in the bottom of that.
You know I got that one, right?
Look what I got.
What is it?
You didn't catch that.
I did not, but one of the students.
No.
Great!
Enjoy unlimited DVR storage. And never worry about hidden feeds.
Oh, yeah.
With YouTube TV. Try it free.
Turn! Commercial! Blue, green. How can somebody be blue and green? I never understood that.
Blue, green's a color.
I know it's a color, but to tell you the truth, blue and green, I've never heard of that, of a color. Is it like it changes from blue to green?
It's a mixture. It's a mixture of the both.
You mean like my penguins? I have a mixture of both. It's blue and green. If you turn it one way, it turns green. If you turn it the other way, it turns
that's iridescent.
Really? It's 6 mixture.
Yeah, but one of the students did.
What?
Oh man!
Look at that.
Somebody caught a bigger seahorse than Cody.
I thought I had the seahorse of the day. So, if you guys remember, there might have been some B-roll shots in there of a bunch of kids out there also with us trying to catch creatures. There were around 100 of them with nets, also looking for seahorses, and sure enough, they caught a big one. This is actually perfect because this will give me the chance to take the seahorse out of water.
Iridescent.
Blue and green, blue and green.
Wow.
But it's not called iridescent.
That's a good one.
It's called color shift.
Great one, yeah, a lot dark.
So how's it?
If it's 2 colors, it's iridescent.
But it changes colors. How is that iridescent? It just says
it's
color
iridescent.
shift. It's called color shift. That's what it says on here.
It's iridescent.
It doesn't say colored shift. You threw my pygmy.
Now you're green on your face. Oh, it's because of that.
What? Hey, you know something? So do you. Play your darn show.
You've been interrupting my darn show, and I don't interrupt yours.
It's very rigid. They have a very strong outer exoskeleton, and unlike fish, they do not have scales. They have gills, they have eyes, they have fins. They do not have scales. I'm going to put it back down into the water here. Actually, I'm going to put it in with the little seahorse.
Yeah, let's see next to each other.
Put that top off there. Here we go.
No.
Probably,
this is really cute. They intertwine.
Packs, right?
Well, yeah, do you know what a group of seahorses is called?
You don't know.
What do you call a group of horses?
A herd?
A herd.
A herd, that's right. A group of seahorses is called a herd. And do you know what you call a baby seahorse?
A pony?
A pony.
No.
A colt.
Although it would make sense. Or no, not colt, a fry. So imagine a very itty-bitty tiny seahorse. It's a small fry, right?
Nice.
So you caught a small fry?
I guess, yeah, I caught a small fry. Or maybe mine's a female and this one's a male. That could be the case. Now, one of the coolest things about the seahorse is its eyesight. They have excellent eyesight, and their eyes are actually capable of working independently from one another, which means that they can look forward and backward at the same time. This is what allows them to be such excellent predators. You look at a creature like this and you would think, is that thing really a great hunter? And it really is. And they will eat 30 to 50 times a day. So when this creature wakes up in the morning, basically its function is to swim slowly and search out food.
Do seahorses, are they known to hang on to each other?
Yeah, they will. They have actually a really incredible courting display. Males and females, they actually pair for life, if you didn't know that, which makes them very unique amongst other fish. And in the morning, when the sun's coming out, they will actually dance back and forth with each other. Sometimes that dance can last for up to 2 hours. Isn't that crazy? Wow. And then they go about their day hunting for food. But they do pair for life. So when we take these seahorses back out there, we need to make sure that we let them go right the same spot that we found them.
And we will do that.
And we will certainly do that. Well, this was pretty excellent. Spending the day here at the Biscayne Nature Center, getting up close with all of these amazing sea creatures. The only thing left to do now is get them back out into the ocean. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave.
A horse.
Stay wild. We'll see on the next adventure. Oh, they're still holding tails. Spending time searching for sea creatures was an educational experience I will always remember. And the coolest part is that this is an adventure you can go on. To learn how, visit the Biscayne Nature Center's website. Become a part of their conservation effort. If you thought catching sea creatures in the Atlantic Ocean was exciting, make sure to go back and watch our adventure to the Pacific side of Costa Rica, where we got up close with some seriously bizarre-looking animals. And don't forget, subscribe, so you can join me and the crew on our next aquatic adventure.
You
see how quickly I was able to collect them? There are probably about 60 or 70 of them right in this pocket. And look at that, you can see them so much better now that they're in this clear container.
I wouldn't know, but...
I wouldn't mind trying it. So you think they taste like lemons?
I like sea slugs. They're cute. They're one of my favorite animals.
Cancel. Okay, my turn. I'm going to get gone. You two have a fun stream.
That's not a star. Oh, you gotta be mine. Not a star. LOL.
See, she even agreed with me. It's not a star.
She said LOL afterwards.
I know it. Okay, let's see. What I wouldn't mind watching is top 10 weird...
Weed?
Oh.
Top 10 weed?
Weird.
That's not how you spell it.
That's not how you spell it either.
Oh, that's not how you spell weird either. There we go.
Weird. Here. Animals. Oh, no. Not just regular animals.
Aquatic animals?
Deep
sea
animals.
Oh, that's not how you spell deep, honey.
Well, I figured it out already.
Bizarre?
There you go.
You want this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I like amazing creatures that
We really expanded our family for the wireless savings. Then my sister told me about...
Yeah. That was,
It is called a, eye fish.
That's what this is.
Yes. That right there.
Isn't that neat looking?
Yeah, it has like a clear head and it looks straight up. You see those eyes right there? Those aren't actually his eyes. It's actually those blue things right there. Those are his eyes, and he looks straight up all the time. So because that's where his prey is. It's actually above him.
What was I was about to say? I was about to say something.
This one. Let's watch this one.
It's been said that 95% of all the waters in the...
No, you can't say nothing.
I like those. I forgot what they call them, but they give off like light.
Yes.
They're not like they're not like glow in the dark light, and then some of them shoot out light to trap prey. I forgot what they're called.
Hookfish.
Well, no, there's multiple fish that do light stuff. Like there's the vampire fish.
Oh yes, the vampire fish.
Not the vampire fish, the vampire squid.
Oh. There is no vampire squid. Is there a vampire squid?
Vampire squid.
You know, shoot, it does look like a vampire. I would hate to have that come to my house in the middle of the night. Oh, did you ever hear of the Goblin Shark? That is cool looking. His teeth can come straight out of his mouth, grab its prey, and suck it back in. I'm just like, oh my god! That is just so cool.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I would not want to have that coming in my house in the middle of the night. I mean, look, it has spikes where its
tentacles is.
Yeah, where his tentacles is. And I bet you that skin right there, what he does is he'll actually just grab a hold of you and just suck you in, like on that one show a long time ago. They actually made like bat people and stuff like that, and that's what they did. They actually had wings with skin all over them, and what they would do is they'll wait till you go right next to them, and then they'll grab you and they'll eat you that way. It was so cool looking.
That sounds like a flytrap, Venus flytrap.
Oh yeah.
World remain unexplored. The deepest parts of the ocean especially are a challenge to unravel, as they pose.
I want to see if... Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, no one else is talking to us.
No. I want to see... I want to check this. See if we're okay.
Oh, look, she said hi, Sally.
Hi, Sally? To who?
I don't know. I guess to you because I called you Miss Sally.
Oh.
Okay. Push play.
A lot of biological and engineering challenges just to get there. As such, almost anything that comes out of its dark depths always looks bizarre, almost alien to us.
Yeah.
Let's shed some light on some of the most bizarre deep-sea creatures you won't believe exist.
I bet you the Goblin Shark can be one of them.
Number 10, Weird Octopuses. Octopuses are already strange creatures. They have 8 separate dexterous tentacles, a very squishy, flexible body, 9 brains, 3 hearts, and blue blood. They even have an intelligence level that rivals that of dolphins and orangutans. However, our regular tentacled friends actually look rather tame compared to their deep-sea versions. Here's some of the strangest you'll find in the deep sea. Let's start off with the Flapjack Octopus, which certainly looks like something out of a Disney movie. They live between 200 to 1,500 meters below the ocean, and are mostly native to the eastern Pacific, with a few species scattered throughout the mid-Atlantic Ocean. With its tiny size, gelatinous body, almost adorable build, and eyes that just seem to sparkle with curiosity, it completely differentiates itself from the more grotesque and extended build of an ordinary octopus.
You just interrupted.
Now,
I was just proving
make it more translucent and give it a rounder body, and this is what you have.
Why'd I do
the
that?
informally named Casper Octopus gets the inspiration, obviously, from its ghastly look.
mind's everywhere.
First found thousands of meters deep in the Hawaiian seas, they have been observed to lay their eggs on the stalk of dead sea sponges and then guard them to the death. Literally, they will wrap themselves around the sponge without leaving, without ever feeding, until they finally die.
Yeah, they
now
die.
That's dedication. For another Disney reference, look no further than the Dumbo Octopus. As you may have already guessed, its nickname is derived from its ears, which are actually fins with a peculiar shape.
Well, you know, spiders
Just like
do
the
the same
Flapjack
thing.
and
They
the
die
Casper
after laying
Ghost
their eggs.
Octopus, it also has a seemingly
Not all,
smaller
but
build than the
most of
average
them.
octopus,
Yeah.
which allows it to
Well, jumping
thrive
spider
at
doesn't
depths
die.
as deep as 7,000 meters
Yeah,
below
that's
sea
true.
level.
I
Number
like
9,
jumping spiders. They're really
Anglerfish.
Not
Of course,
me,
we
because
can't
they
talk
always
about the
have a tendency to
deep
jump
sea
right in my
without
face.
mentioning just
They're
about
very
every
pleasant.
super
I
wide-jawed
deliver mail,
oddity
believe
that
me, I
lurks
don't
down
like
there.
spiders.
On the top of the list is none other
like
than the
spiders. I don't like
anglerfish, which
widow
gets its
spiders.
name from its unusual
That's the
hunting
anglerfish.
method, which involves luring prey close to its mouth using that weird luminescent appendage coming out of its head. Apart from that, it has a very unusual mating process. Similar to humans, male anglerfish spend their lives finding a single female through pheromones she releases. Once found, he bites onto the female and fuses onto her. Like a parasite, he gets his nutrients from her knee to survive, and is practically an on-demand testicle, ready to reproduce when the female needs sperm. Another frightening fish is the viperfish, measuring
that's
around
what I
60
like.
centimeters
Look at that.
or 23 inches in length. It's essentially an anglerfish made to look even more alien. Its fanged jaws can open wide to almost 90 degrees, and its similarly configured bioluminescent lure can invite shallower fish down to their instant doom. Probably even more hideous are deep-sea dragonfishes, a similar class of wide-jawed monsters which make viperfish look like they're incomplete cousins. What's particularly special about this fish is they don't just produce blue light like most other deep-sea creatures, they also produce red light. To emit this light, the species will use organs called photophores, typically located in front of their eyes. While the red light cannot act as a lure, since most of the prey cannot see that shade, it does allow the dragonfish to stealthily illuminate their prey. Number 8, Pelican Flounder. The main challenge for any deep-sea...
Yes. Never heard of it.
You in position yet?
Working on it.
What's taking so long? I thought you knew this place.
The main challenge for any deep-sea organism is not actually the absence of light, but the crushing pressure levels. For the Pelican Flounder, the solution is simple. It makes itself as flat and flexible as biologically possible. the result becomes an amalgam of the nightmarish anglerfish and the quirkiness of your average flounder. This fish is actually native to the Western Pacific and Indian Oceans. Nothing much is currently known about the pelican flounder since they are rarely observed in their natural habitat. But if we were to point out one specific trait that makes it really special as a deep-sea dweller, it would be its baby form. Pelican flounder larvae are some of the most alien-looking entities of the deep, akin to the otherworldly appearance of comb jellies, which are small invertebrates found worldwide. Like a mosquito, pelican flounder larvae are enveloped within their transparent flesh, only growing into their normal opaque brown color as they grow. Number 7, giant isopods and amphipods.
That I think is
ancient trilobites.
neat. You know, those were actually around on the dinosaurs.
Yeah, they're related to the roly-polies on
on the land and stuff like that. But they're huge.
Yeah, they're like evolved.
Yes, deep sea creatures that are like that friggin' big. I'm serious. They found one this big.
I don't know.
The modern horseshoe crabs may look cute now, but out on the deep sea floor, there are
ones,
creepy crawlies that can take you millions of years back into the age of the giant insects. Just take a close look at this giant isopod. Closer. Even closer. Its extraterrestrial form and size will constantly make you wonder if it's actually some sort of mutated lice. Don't worry, it's not going to jump on your face. They're actually more of a scavenger than an active hunter. They also typically thrive in colder, deeper environments, which is why they're technically absent in most temperate deep regions of the world. There are other forms of gigantic deep-sea crustaceans that have an unusual alien-like appearance, like the supersized amphipods. It's almost as if they're the grotesque and mutated versions of their tamer counterparts on the shallow seas and land. Thankfully, being that almost all of them are not as active as the wide-jawed hellspawns I mentioned earlier, they're far less menacing to other species than they seem. Even less intimidating, since we'll never even get to meet one on land. Probably. Number 6, spider crabs. Speaking of crustaceans, crabs are also subjected to the same freakish transformations when the deep sea is taken into account. This time though, it's not just their size, but rather a whole different dimension of weird. Japanese spider crabs, for example, don't just hold the record for the longest-legged crab, but they are also literally the longest-legged arthropods ever. They can grow up to around 5 meters long. Although their body is relatively small, its main body can still grow a bit larger than the average human head. The hawk crab is another ghastly version of its normal counterpart. The deep, dark depths made it almost featureless in terms of color, giving itself a pure white shell of nothingness. The Hoff crab got its name due to its dense covering of seta, which are hair-like structures that resemble the hairy chest of actor David Hasselhoff. It thrives near hydrothermal vents, where its seta feeds upon sulfur-oxidizing bacteria nearby. Even stranger are the various species of strange spiny crabs, which have yet to be properly classified or even identified due to their recent discovery. The only thing evident, though, is that the deep-sea environment where they belong must have been really harsh for them to go several steps above the crustacean defense tree. Number 5, Colossal Squid. If there's one persisting legend that turns out to be true of the deep...
Oh, yeah, the giant octopus, the giant squid. Oh, crap. I always hate the commercials you can't really pause. Oh, there it goes. Either you do it or I do it. I don't care. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Push play. Not
legend that turns out to be true of the deep. It's that the deep sea is home to fantastic creatures that exhibit monstrous proportions. It's a well-known scientific phenomenon known as deep sea gigantism. And one of the most gigantic creatures we know of that lives down there is the colossal squid. The colossal squid is a gigantic cephalopod that is easily more than twice the size of a regular human. Occasionally caught in the southern seas of the Antarctic, we've never seen one in its natural habitat, as we've only known about them because they're sometimes caught by fishing rigs. It may not be capable of capsizing ships, but it's still the largest known invertebrate in the world. Giant squids are another huge squid species. Compared to the colossal squid, They're only about a third of their size, but they're still larger than any regular person, and they have a huge intimidating beak you would not want to be eaten by. Though it can be just as elusive as its bigger counterpart, the giant squid has actually been spotted in its natural habitat, even twice, although only very briefly. Speaking of deep-sea squids, the vampire squid also deserves a special mention with a weird transitional body that is technically classified as a split between a squid and an octopus. It's not as gigantic, but it's still equally monstrous with its cape-like webbing and spine-studded tentacles. Don't worry, it does not suck the blood of its neighboring denizens, but is instead a particulate scavenger, preferring to dine on what's already prepared as a meal. Number 4, harp sponge. As fearsome as they already are, sea anemones and other similar creatures have at least taught us that the oceans are also home to a number of immobile predatory feeders.
We've been streaming for an hour and 9 minutes.
Well, your movies were way longer than mine, so you keep on doing what you're doing. Come on.
Mine was 15 and
Therefore,
8.
It's only natural that the deep dark sea will introduce us to something similar, only more horrifying.
Mine's more
the harp sponge, for instance, looks just like its name suggests. An unassuming, harmless piece of underwater living sponge shaped like a harp. Whereas most inert deep-sea creatures feed off of filtered marine matter, this one actively seeks a more scrumptious feast by snagging its victim with its Velcro-like hooks. With its meal unable to escape, it then completely envelops its prey and digests it.
Yeah, you
Part of
tried
its
to call
menu
me out,
typically
but
includes
you
very
know.
small fishes, usually those that are not strong enough to escape its microscopic hooks. However, it has been known to feast on crustaceans as well. Number 3,
had more than
sea
5,
toads.
6,
The
7
sea toad
animals.
is a rather simple name for this ocean-dwelling oddity, but it does kind of describe what an amphibian might look like when subjected to the crushing depths of the deep sea. Think of a fish that is smashed from front to back and given tiny legs. That's the simplest description of what sea toads look like. In the words of Sir David Attenborough, it has been living so long in the depths that its fins have changed into something more useful, feet. Not the most beautiful thing in the sea, but it definitely gives a direct visual representation of what we humans would definitely find familiar, yet otherworldly. Oh, and as with its close relative, the aforementioned anglerfish, the sea toad is also a fierce ambush predator. It lurks, always patiently waiting before its hapless victim finally ends up as sustenance. Number 2, siphonophores. Deep-sea siphonophores are long.
Or if he had cancer, because I
Full
heard
Sail University is a place where creative dreamers go to learn their craft. Filling the world with music, entertainment, games, art, and technology. We are Full Sail University. We take...
I want it.
Deep-sea siphonophores are long lines of jellyfish-like entities connected together, only guided by the organism behind and in front. They could get really long, like just as long or even longer than a blue whale, making them some of the longest animals in the world. They stay alive by preying on smaller animals by using stinging cells. Though some types of siphonophores exhibit a simpler long and slender creature configuration, other types can have even wackier physical configurations. Most of them, though, such as the classic Portuguese man-o'-war, do not belong to the depths of the deep sea, therefore not part of our dark oddities. Number 1, Gulper Eels. If there's one thing in the deep that is the literal stuff of nightmares, it would definitely have to be the Gulper Eel. Its name alone conjures a disturbing image to those who hear it, and complete dread to those who can witness its full existence. Its huge mouth, which is definitely its most defining trait, is capable of extending and snapping, like a snake. This allows it to munch and dine on stuff that a creature of its size would not normally be able to swallow. Combine this with its very slender body and whip-like tail, and its capability of easily bending into the depths of darkness, and this makes it even more terrifying than the already monstrous anglerfish. Strangely enough, Cuskeals, despite being within the same category and habitat as the Gulper Eel, look vastly different and come in a variety of forms. They have all the normal features of regular fish, but wrapped within an almost extraterrestrial-looking transparent form. This is to be expected, though, as at 8,200 meters deep, the Cuskeal is officially one of the deepest ocean-dwelling creatures on record. To give you a rough idea of how tough as hunters these eel really are, both of them eat a staple diet of mostly hard crustaceans. They also inhabit a very large part of the world's oceans, as they can easily thrive anywhere, so long as the climate is relatively warm. If this video got you curious about more deep-sea creatures, then make sure to watch our previous video by clicking the screen now.
Okay, this one I'm going to have top 10.
Going to the age. I'm such a bitch. It's driving me crazy. Scary.
You should not watch alone. Ooh. This is from Chill. Oh, I love Chill.
Friends are supposed to always have your back, but in most of these situations, having a friend nearby would only add to the body count.
Yeah, no,
Either way, these are some scary videos you probably shouldn't watch alone. Number 10. A YouTuber named RJFD gets a phone call from a friend telling him to look at the sky. He goes outside and doesn't really see anything at first. It sounds like thousands of fireworks going off at once, but this is late at night in the middle of winter in small town Michigan, so that doesn't make sense. There were no fireworks planned at all. Then the entire sky changes color.
That happens to me all the time. I go outside, I see thunderstorms just like that, flashing lights and everything. Wouldn't even be booming, it would just be bad.
If fireworks is truly not the answer, then the only other explanation I have is some sort of strange weather phenomenon. Let me know if you think you have a logical reason for what's going on here, because I'm really not sure, and neither is anyone in the comments section of this video. Number 9. This rocket ride is a famous local attraction at the Luna Park in St. Petersburg, Russia. Here's what the ride looks like normally, and this is what it looks like after a cable frays to the point of snapping clean through. This angle clearly shows how close the riders are to plummeting hundreds of feet below. Look at the top of the ride. That cable to the left is the only thing keeping them alive. The tip of the ride is bending from the pressure and looks ready to come off. Rescue workers are eventually able to get everyone down to safety, though I'm not sure they felt anything but safe while dangling over 200 feet in the air with no end in sight. Number 8. A YouTuber named Wish Avenger and his friends are poking around a dark train tunnel near Lake Odell, Oregon. They are hoping to come across the door to a secret maintenance tunnel to explore, but they have to be quick.
I am going to get my candy I bought yesterday. Whoa.
I see your hiney, so bright and shiny. If you don't hide it, I'm gonna poke it. Hope you do. Stop in the name. Stop. No, I'm actually just being signs.
Oh, Jesus.
Sign, sign, everywhere a sign. I'm blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. You got your butt right in my face.
You want one of these?
What is it? Watermelon?
Yeah, watermelon taffy.
Okay, yeah. Okay. You know the only bad thing about watermelon taffy is it gets stuck in your teeth.
Because these tracks are highly active and on a tight schedule. The group knows they are in trouble when they feel a faint rumbling under their feet.
Stretch it out, and then it would be like and then they would chop it up.
Do you want any more? Just let me know.
After running full speed for nearly a minute, Wish Avenger turns around and sees the bright orange glow of a train gaining on them. They know trying to outrun the train at this point is useless, so they scramble for cover on the sides. Wish Avenger dives to the ground at the last second, and the train blazes by with only inches to spare. He manages to not get run over, but he still isn't safe yet. There's barely any space between him and the train, and he could get taken out by a wider section of the locomotive at any second. The entire time Wish Avenger isn't sure about the fate of his friends. It's too loud to call out for them, so he just has to wait and see. A long time later, the train finally passes by, and Wish Avengers finds his friends. Together, they hurry out of the tunnel before the next one arrives. Number 7.
Big lucky.
A YouTuber named Jay Breezy works as a security guard at a nursing home in Chicago. No one seemed to believe him when he said that his job was haunted. Then one day another security officer found out for themselves. His co-worker starts to feel a very cold presence in the room, but doesn't think much of it at first. He is busy smoothing over his hair when he appears to see something off camera and stops moving. Pay attention to the bottom right-hand corner of the screen or you might miss it.
There you go.
Oh, Claw looks like a dog. Go, dog.
We will all pay for the sins made by our elders.
You made me kill.
Oh yeah, totally, it's my fault.
You ghost dog.
And watch him. He got cold. It got cold. He was like...
I was about to write this off as CGI until I saw the security guard's stunned reaction.
I demand Taffy.
He like, what the...
I don't demand Taffy, I want Taffy. If I demand it and stuff like that, I'll make it come out of nowhere.
It really does appear as though he sees something first in the doorway and then walking down the hall.
See?
Let me know if you agree that this is a paranormal experience or if this was somehow faked. Number 6. A student is walking around the campus, California State University in Northridge, when she is followed and grabbed by a total stranger. She runs into the Bookstein Hall of Economics and Business and her pursuer follows. Thinking fast, she pulls out her phone and starts attracting as much attention as she can.
Go ahead and tell everybody what the you're doing. What the are you doing? What love? I don't know you. Out of here!
Not even a crowd of curious onlookers is enough to distract the man from his single interest as he again attempts to grab her. Watch this part and let me know if you would be brave enough to step in on her behalf.
I'm not sure.
What love? I don't know you.
The man's hands go from her hair to her neck, and that's when bystanders step in. The 26-year-old was arrested and charged for his actions. He has not been sentenced as of this video, but he could face up to 13 years. Number 5. This Great Dane is walking through the kitchen when a small object crosses its path.
Oh.
Another orb passes by and immediately gets noticed. You don't have to be an animal lover to tell this dog is clearly surprised and uncertain at what it's seeing. The animal freezes in place and then switches into hunting mode, tracking something invisible all throughout the house. I guess the dog could just be reacting to an insect or something, but that doesn't explain one last part, which occurs approximately 1 minute and 23 seconds into the video. This is the exact moment when the headlights of a passing car illuminate a shadowy figure as it runs from left to right. Many people believe this could be a supernatural presence manifesting itself as a shadow person. This, combined with the dog's behavior, certainly seems to create a strong enough case for the paranormal. Number 4. The CCTV video was taken after hours at a business in Ogden, Utah. All is quiet until a full-speed plate dives out of a cabinet and shatters all over the break room floor. A security guard on patrol walks over and simply stares at the broken plate for over 10 full seconds before grabbing another to verify what just happened. Neither one can think of a proper explanation. They check the shelf and it looks fine. Let me know if you have any explanation for this video besides the paranormal. Unless the whole video is fake and someone off camera pulled a string, then I have no idea how that plate could have fallen.
It just wasn't put in there
Number
properly
3,
enough and it fell out.
16-year-old Kyle Plush calls the Cincinnati Police Department for help after the backseat of his minivan somehow folds over and pins him alive. He is completely trapped and can't do anything with his hands, so he calls 911 using voice-activated commands. This is what he tells the dispatcher.
I'm in help. Help. Help.
Police are...
I was getting stuck in my music. Nothing was ever done, nothing was ever finished. Lenny really gives me exactly what I need to hear my music the way I want it.
If I was scared, wouldn't you?
Police are unable to locate him, and everyone starts to wonder if this was a fake call
Pretty
Soon they receive a second call, this time much more urgent. Listen to this part and tell me if there's any way that you could think this could be fake.
Don't have much time left to tell my mom that I love her if I die. This is not a joke. This is not a joke.
The desperation in his voice sounds pretty obvious, but somehow the dispatcher allegedly thought this was not real and did not relay important information to patrol cars that could have helped him. 6 hours later, Kyle Plush was found crushed in the parking lot of his school by his father. Let me know if you think the dispatch operator should be charged or not based on what you've been shown. Number 2, Justin White and his friends sneak into the abandoned LA Zoo, which is supposedly one of the most haunted places in the entire city. It's too dark to see much, but they seem to be followed by strange sounds that are getting progressively closer. By the end of the video, it really does seem as though something is right on them.
You need to scare the crap out of them.
Oh my god! It's a little bit irresponsible.
What was that? What was that?
Hear that? Actually hear that?
I just felt something on my arm, like I'm not even joking.
We're leaving. Dunzo.
Oh my god, Dunzo.
Twigs snap underfoot just behind them.
Watch.
It couldn't have been one of them because everybody in the group is standing completely still on camera when it happens. Oh, and there's another piece of evidence that makes me think this zoo really might be haunted. They managed to capture a soft voice on camera that they later enhanced for clarity. It sounds like a girl's voice and she seems to have a clear warning. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration.
My name is Chills and yes, I'm doing some narration. Yeah, let's see if we can hear it.
It sounds like a girl's voice and she seems to have a clear warning.
Oh, get out.
Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. I recently released the music video for my song Dreamland, and we may have caught something paranormal at the 55-second mark. Tap the circle icon in the top right corner, then tap my music video and let me know what you think it is. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new videos I upload every Thursday and Saturday. Number 1, a YouTuber who goes by Anne posted this video back in 2014 of her sleepwalking activity at night. Using a webcam, she is able to record herself night after night jolting up while still being completely asleep. People have debated the authenticity of this video in the comments, but Anne swears she still does this every night to this day. I genuinely believe this footage is real, because sleepwalking is a well-documented behavior. Anne says she finds the footage hilarious, but there's something certainly chilling about that blank stare directly into the camera, as she's 100% asleep.
I really don't want to talk about
All of these YouTubers were chased by people who they found scary at the time. My overall goal is to analyze each one of these chases and figure out how much danger these YouTubers were really in.
Was it school day?
Nope, it was a Sunday. Alright, well, that would be my pick for the day, and that would be the end of our YouTube video. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm glad that we actually was able to meet somebody online.
Yeah, like, she subscribed to me. She subscribed.
She subscribed to me first, haha.
No, she subscribed to me.
No, she subscribed to me.
No.
Me.
No.
Me.
No.
Me.
I knew her like 2 years ago.
I knew her just now. I knew her 2 years ago. I just knew her now.
You sound like a pro. Whoa!
Actually, that sounds more realistic. Well, anyways, that's our show. And I hope you enjoyed it and stuff like that. I actually really want to pick some crazy things out there because I think it's cool. And she wants to go with a normal guy because she thinks he's hot.
No,
yes, you did. You said so. You said he is hot.
Just because I said
good looking.
Just because I said, can I talk?
No.
Just be. Do you want me to end the stream?
No. Go ahead, talk.
Just because I said he's hot doesn't mean I don't like. Stop.
What? I was letting you talk.
And you were jerking off a ghost. What she was doing? She was doing.
Are you allowed to do that? Say that on
Sue me.
Hey, I got a lawyer. It's called 1-800. Never mind.
Kiss my ass.
No, actually, I was gonna say slap that.
No, I watched what I watched because I'm interested in microbiology. I'm interested in microbiology and the biology of sea creatures. And
ooh, the biology of sea creatures. You're interested in the biology of sea creatures. You know, that is very fascinating. Yeah. Especially if you've heard of the duck shell. That's real biology there.
Well, anyway.
How about the penis worm? Those are real biology there too.
I like creatures from the depths. I like creatures in little reefs. I like creatures and all that kind of stuff.
Penis snake.
And it interests me. So that's why I watched it.
Woo.
And then she wanted to watch something clickbaity, so.
Hey, mine's more creative. Yours is more
it was
a guy and a beard and a mustache. You know. You just dropped my phone on the floor.
I did that on purpose.
Yes, you did.
No. It's just something I'm interested in.
Well, you took me out of the camera. I'm going to push her out of the camera.
I'll bite you.
And I always am fascinating with weird, exotic type of fish, you know?